All right. Good morning, guys. I'm trying something new. We're going to jump on for a Saturday coffee call here. And Andrew and I are going to cover some pretty good topics. I'm going to cover curiosity marketing and some other mistakes we don't want you to make that some of us have made in the beginning. And then Andrew is going to talk about making sure that we're looking to help people versus selling to them. Here goes nothing. So some of the biggest mistakes I think I made right out in the beginning was just blasting Beachbody all over my Facebook page and whatnot. And with all the MLMs that are out there right now, people look at your page and as soon as they see any type of Beachbody, anything, they're like, "Ugh," and they run away. So we try to prevent that. I don't even have on my profile page that I work for Beachbody. It actually just says Fitness Freak at, and then it has my link to my fitness page. So people don't really have an idea of that. So take a look at your profile and see if when you look at it, if you feel like you scream Beachbody or not. And then, every time we do pictures of our shakes, we don't show off their Shakeology. Like a lot of people have given their shakes different code names, I guess you could call it. I like to call mine my unicorn powder because it makes me feel like a unicorn after I drink it. And my Energize is now sunshine powder because it's all bright like a sunshine. So there's some tips for how to post some things. Some other things. So what's up, dude? Hi. Children are awake. Can you say hi? No, that's don't worry, go play. So another thing that really sells without being, you want to say hi too? No? Okay, the other one. Transformation pictures are huge. You don't have to say exactly what you did. You can just make a comment on there, like, you can put the date when you started the program and the next day and just, talk about the changes that you're seeing and how excited you are for them. Or you can talk about, these pants didn't fit before, but now they do. And then people will comment below and they'll be like, well, how the heck did you do that? That's awesome. And then you just tell them that you're going to message them or say, if you want more information, I can message you or you can message me, anything like that. Just make sure that you comment on every comment on those pictures just so they don't think that other people are thinking that you ignore them. They want to make sure that they know that you're following up with them. So then you can take it into a message and talk to them about, have you ever heard of this program, blah, 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 or have you ever considered trying a program at home to reach your fitness results, that kind of thing. Take it to behind the scenes, and then you can get to know that person a little bit more if you don't already have a good relationship with them. And other things, if they do ask about a particular program, I used to be bad about this. I would just blast out the prices right on Facebook. That's so tacky.
Oh, we did it, didn't we, girl?
Yeah, we both did. But we've learned, so don't do that. No prices. It's a big no. And what else was I going to say? So curiosity, that's just the biggest thing. You want people to be like, dang, what is that girl doing? How can I be a part of this? And I think that'll be a big thing too when we go to Summit, that forming that whole FOMO thing. People are gonna, they don't want to miss out on fun things. So I think once we get together, it's going to be a blast that we can have and create that FOMO. So yeah, so especially for the newer coaches that watch this recording, get out there and start posting pictures of your healthy food, your transformation pictures of your shake without telling them what they are. You just got to get out there and start posting. And then another big thing is you really need to get behind the scenes and start reaching out to people. If people don't know that you're a coach, how are they going to know that you can help them? So it's important to let them know that you are a coach. And it's important to start, friend requesting the crap out of your friends so that you have a big network to work with. So those are some of our biggest tips, I think, for getting started. Can you think of anything else, Andrea?
No, those are all really great points. That's all stuff I really wish I would have known out the gate because we didn't know. And I mean, at the time when we started as coaches a couple of years ago, it was all about attraction marketing, and things have shifted so much now. So yeah, it's all about less is more, and just kind of leaking out the great parts of your life without giving the details and wanting people to come in and ask questions. So yeah, you nailed it on that one.
All right, girl, take it away.
Is it my turn already? Okay. So 2 things I'm going to talk about is connecting with your why and how to lead with service, not sales. And they really, really do go hand in hand. And I was thinking about this a lot last night, and I've been doing this training with Bob Heilig. I think I said his name right. And he is seriously a genius when it comes to network marketing, but he really gave me this tool to break down my why and how to really use that as a tool to draw people in. And I wanted to share with you guys how I broke it down to really connect with what it is. Because here's the thing. Why are we doing this? Why are we here as coaches doing this? Like, obviously, yeah, I think most of us would say, you know, we want to set a good example for our families. We want to do good for our kids. We want to be healthier, happier, all of that. Great. But I don't think that's necessarily enough to inspire people to take that leap. So you really have to dig down deep. Get down to the nitty-gritty and figure out why it is that this opportunity is driving your life forward. What is it about this that offered you a solution that nothing else did? What is it about this process that is just life-changing for you? So this is the exercise that I did. And I literally got my pen and paper. I wrote it all down. I started using these key points to triggering my mind as to why it was I was doing this. And I literally wrote 3 or 4 pages worth. You guys, look at this. It was crazy. I just started going. And I went back to the very beginning of my journey and kind of started all over again to connect with what was going to drive me through this. So here are the tools, okay? When you sit down and you're trying to think of your why, and when you're trying to really manifest what it is that's going to power you through this business, how are you going to inspire other people? To create your story, the first thing you got to think about is what was lacking in your life before? What was lacking in your life before Beachbody came into play? What was it that was missing that Beachbody provided you as through this opportunity? Then you need to give a specific example of what your turning point was. And this was really hard for me, you guys. I really had to sit down and dig deep in my brain and think, what was that? I call it the aha moment. What was it? And I started writing about it, and I started giving a lot of details. And he says in the exercise, the more details, the better. Sit down and just write it all out, because eventually I'll get it. So you have to give a specific example of what your turning point was, okay? Then, how did this experience make you feel? So when you had this turning point, this breaking point, where you decided you were going to make this change for yourself, how did doing Beachbody, doing a program, signing up for a coach, whatever it was, how did that make you feel? And then how did your business provide the solution? How did this opportunity provide the solution? Okay, so we're literally breaking this down into pieces, right? Because there's a way to share your why, to really use that as your best marketing tool ever to draw people in. So that's why I'm giving you guys these tips. And when you provide your solution, you want to keep it kind of generic. You don't want to necessarily tell a 5-hour story about how awesome it was. You just hit the highlights, because again, we still want to create a little bit of curiosity. And then what is the specific impact that you are looking to make? This was the hardest for me, and I'm still working on it. And when I finally get it refined, I'll be peddling this to the masses. But you have to know what is your purpose? What is the impact? Are you looking to inspire? Are you looking to help lead people through a journey? What is your impact? You have to put it into words, and it's something you have to share. People need to know this, okay? So when you've done all of this and you have 5 pages worth of notes like I do, what you have to do is refine your story down to a 60 to 90 second spiel, if you will, a 60 to 90 second little speech that you can just peddle to the masses. And Bob Heilig tells us, because we're all about leading with heart and leading with purpose and leading with service and not sales, using your why to, hold on a second. My washing machine's trying to take off. Seriously, the spin cycle is out of control. Anyways, he tells us when you can refine your why with all of these amazing highlight points, how was your life lacking before? What was your turning point? What did it do for you? Refine it down into this little story, 60 to 90 second story that you can peddle to the masses, you are going to gain so much more traction. And this is what I'm excited to start doing, to lead people in instead of trying to randomly connect with them here and there. Like, and he even gives you examples of how to do this. So he says, make a list, make a brand new contact list of 300 people minimum. Yeah, I know it's a lot, but 300 people, right? Brand new list. Like, doesn't matter if you've talked to this person before, if you followed up with them 1,000 times, you make a brand new list, 300 people. And you can do one of two things. You can do the direct approach to share your why. You can say, hey, I'd love to share my why with you. I've never really had a chance to do that before as to why I love health and fitness coaching. Would you be open to hearing that? And if they say, yeah, great, and you share your why. If not, if they're not interested, then pass. That's okay. That's part of being hard to taking the no's, you guys. You just move on. And an indirect approach, like let's say maybe you have a cold lead or somebody that you've maybe talked to once or twice, but you haven't had a chance to really connect with. You could lead with something like, I know that you aren't interested in my business, but I want to ask you a huge favor. And then you say it like this, and this is what I love, you guys. Did I write down the rest of this? I didn't, but this is how he words it. He says, I want to ask you a huge favor. I know that you're not interested in my business, but maybe somebody you know is. And I am really trying to share my reason and my why for why I love this opportunity. Would you be open to hearing it? Or if not, would you be willing to share it with somebody else? Something along those lines. So that's how we're going to connect, right? We're going to share our passion for this business without being salesy and try to connect with as many people as possible. So that leads me into service before sales. So if you're leading with your why, if you figure out your strong purpose and strong connection to what it is that's going to drive you to do this business, what it is about this that's changed your life, and you have that deeply ingrained in your mind and in your heart, and you're sharing that first, you guys, that's what inspires people. That's what's going to get them on board. That's what's going to want to make them part of this team, because they don't care about buying product. There are 1,000,001 fitness solutions out there. Okay, the odds are stacked against us in that way. People need to connect to you. They need to connect to your struggle and your solution. And that's what this is really about. So this is something I've literally, you guys, been spending weeks on, because I just keep picking away at it. But these 4 pages I am working on whittling down to a 60 to 90 second story that I can share with every contact on my list, that I can share on my page. And that is going to be my driving force moving forward. And the more I do of Bob Heilig's training, the more I'm like so open my eyes to, man, I was doing everything wrong from the beginning, and I feel like I'm starting my business all over again. But it's a huge, huge tool, you guys. So really, if you do nothing else, or you take nothing else away from this call, try to refine your why. Try to figure out what it is that connects you to this business, what it is that is. It's got to be a deeper purpose. It's got to be a little vulnerable. It's got to be a little ugly. You got to share maybe an uncomfortable side of yourself. Like in my why, I talk about my struggles with anxiety and postpartum depression and emotional eating. Like, that's not easy stuff to share, but you know what? There's other people out there that struggle with that. And knowing that I can connect with them in that way is so much more powerful than like, hey, I really love this fitness program. You see what I'm saying, guys? So that's the whole thing about my why and leading with service. And just one more tip about forming your story. Once you've done all of these exercises, he gives us a tip, and he says, start your story in the middle. Don't start it at the beginning. Don't start at the end. Start it in the middle when you are in the thick of your struggle. Then you want to go back and say, this is what happened. This is how I got through it. And this is where I am now. So it's interesting, because there's actually like a science and a formula to creating your story in a way that will really connect with people. So that's why I wanted to share these tips with you guys. And everything kind of just building on what Ashley said. We're here for service. We don't want to sell to people. We don't want people to think that we're just in it to make a buck off of them, and then we're going to throw them to the wayside and, go on to the next thing, which is why I'm really excited about us building a team together with this next group coming up, and having us all lean on each other and building and fostering that environment of support is going to be great. So yeah, I don't know. Did I hit on it? Ashley, did I miss anything?
You You did a good job. I think one of the important things is just to remember that we're not here to sell products, because anybody can sell these products. You can buy these dang things on Amazon. So just
Right.
remember that we're here to sell us. We're here to sell our support and our groups and our fun, not the products. So that's my biggest thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Amen, sister. Amen.
Do you girls have anything else to add? Any questions? Nope. Oh, gotta unmute you, Steph. Hold on. Go for it.
We're just gonna say we should have like a team call or call like in a couple, maybe a week or so, because I have my why figured out. Well, I think so. I still need to refine it. I don't think I ever have it figured out, but to kind of share with each other, maybe on a call, so that way we can compare and say, hey, I think you should add this or tweak this part or what. So, because it's so hard to find a time. I know Andrew and I have been trying to find a time to really, share, or at least me share my why. But I think, finding a time for whoever wants to share their why with each other, so we can all listen and give our tips.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
We could even time each other. 90 seconds, go.
For sure, because I know, like with me, and you find something I'm passionate about. I find it even with my patients. You talk about fitness, their health, their nutrition, and I can talk for the whole hour.
Mhm.
And oh wait, we got other things to do, but you find something I'm passionate about, and I can talk your ear off.
That's good.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, there'll be more information coming out. We got to get working on our next group, and we got to figure out what videos we want to make, Andrea. And if you guys want to jump in, we can
Yes.
make some videos about, so we can kind of collaborate and have everything all in one place for all our new people that hopefully do it once, and it'll all be there forever. So that's our plan. Yeah. So have a good weekend, guys, and we will catch up soon.
Okay, bye.
Good to see you guys. Bye.
Bye.